Now, the annual Caine Prize for African Fiction was recently awarded in Britain. To learn more about the prize and challenges African writers face, reporter Mollie Simon spoke with Tope Folarin, a previous winner of the prize, and Alicia Adams, a founding trustee for the prize and vice president for international programming at the Kennedy Center here in Washington, D.C.
The Caine Prize for African Short Stories was established in England in 2000 to honor the late chair of the Africa 95 Festival. At the beginning of July, the 5 Caine Prize finalists from Somalia, Kenya, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, and South Africa traveled across London discussing their work. Among the finalists was Tope Folarin, who won in 2013 for his story Miracle. Alicia Adams, a trustee for the prize, talked about his work.
What he is writing about is a Nigerian experience in America. And I think that's interesting. Some people say, well, that's not really, African writing because he's not in Africa. It's an American story. But I think that for, any of the immigrant populations, America is a country of immigrants, that these stories are valid.
Tope Folarin explained what going to the Caine Prize events in 2013 meant to him.
It changed my entire life because it was the first story I'd published and nobody was taking my work seriously. I went from not having any kind of visibility to traveling around Europe and Africa and America and talking about my work and talking about my inspirations and aspirations.
I asked Folarin and Adams what the primary challenges are for people who want to write about Africa.
The publishing capital of the world is New York and perhaps London, but New York, and the staffers there, for the most part, haven't been to Africa, haven't lived as immigrants in the States. So I think a lot of their exposure to those life experiences comes from what they're reading or what they're seeing on television. And so that, I think, in some ways limits the kind of work that they accept. I think that's changing. There are a number of publishing collectives that are flourishing in Africa and Europe as well. I'm thinking specifically of Gelada, Cassava Republic, that's based in Nigeria and now has an outpost in London. I think it's important that some of us who have gone through these tough experiences go on the other side and say that the work that is coming in from far-flung parts of Africa and Europe and the diaspora is important and needs to have access to a wider audience.
I think that the Internet and many websites now for writers has sort of leveled the playing field to a certain degree.
Adams said she believes Sir Michael Caine would be proud of what has been created in his name.
Something did happen at the Caine Prize, which he would have enjoyed, was that I think it was a Somalian writer that won that year. It was a woman. And the Somalian ambassador was there, and he was outraged that a woman would win. So he walked out. So Michael, that would have been great because we are doing something important and we're making this statement. She deserved it, and we're not abiding by the rules.
The Caine Prize is accepting entries for its 2017 prize through January and will also hold a workshop for promising writers in March or April in the hopes of inspiring future winners like Folarin. Mollie Simon for VOA News.